This adventure is brought to you by our friends at Cryptid Crate, a monthly subscription box filled with cryptozoological and paranormal curiosities. Visit their website at cryptidcrate.com and use discount code SATURDAY for $10 off your first monthly subscription and 10% off any non-subscription purchase for your first order. Hi, I'm Anna, and on this week's Saturday adventure, I'm headed to New England. My first stop is in Providence, Rhode Island, where eldritch creatures are said to lurk in Swan Point Cemetery. All of my star charts confirmed that if I followed the moonset, dodging ghouls and grave robbers, I would come to the Phillips family plot. Howard Phillips Lovecraft bore some problematic opinions. He's a bit racist, but his mark on popular culture with the Cthulhu mythos is beyond question. In truth, Lovecraft lived a sad life, mostly brought on by his own miserable disposition. He was successful in the world of pulp fiction, but these magazines were not much different than a hand-stapled punk rock fanzine. Nonetheless, the terror Lovecraft captured on the page inspired the imaginations of such horror greats as Guillermo del Toro and Stephen King. I gave the elder sign and whispered a protection spell that would never be enough to protect me if Azathoth the idiot god turned his attention my way. I was not immediately consumed by madness, so I must have had Lovecraft's blessing for this adventure. Where I was going, I would need it. I crossed over to Massachusetts, headed for the Freetown Fall River State Forest. Paranormal researchers consider this to be one of the most dangerous places in the Northeast. This is the southern tip of the notorious Bridgewater Triangle, where you are just as likely to encounter UFOs, Bigfoot, hitchhiking ghosts, Native American spirits, Satanists, serial killers, or even a Pukwudgie. You should watch out for Pukwudgies. They're probably the most dangerous of all. A version of this creature is pervasive through Native American folklore in New England and the Great Lakes area. Pukwudgies only stand knee-high to a man and look like small goblins or trolls, but covered in hair. Once, the Pukwudgies were allies to humans, but they grew jealous that the good giant Moshup loved the Wampanoag people more. Moshup collected and distributed firewood to the humans and fed them whale meat when they were hungry. The Pukwudgies saw this and demanded they be treated better by Moshup, growing more and more malicious in their tricks and pranks. The Wampanoag begged Moshup to drive them away into the wilds of North America. The Wudgies found their way back to Wampanoag territory, though, and now they wanted revenge. Eventually, the Pukwudgies even killed Moshup's 5 sons, and the giant left his throne on Martha's Vineyard forever. If you see a Pukwudgie today, it might play a prank on you. It might also steal your children, attack you with knives and spears, lure you into a swamp, push you off a cliff, or even persuade you to complete suicide. Careful scientific research has established the Pukwudgie breeding season to begin and end on April 1st, and police have occasionally put up signs to warn motorists. I was just starting to think this hike might be a mistake when I stumbled upon something legendary. This was Profile Rock, allegedly the silhouette of Wampanoag chief Metacomet, who had taken the English name King Philip in an unsuccessful attempt to hold the English to their treaties. Moshop warned the Wampanoag people not to let the fair-skinned men land on the shores of New England. Chief Metacom's father hadn't listened, and instead became a friend to the Mayflower Pilgrims. Those relations had already soured by the time Metacom became chief. Repeated violations by the English eventually caused the Wampanoag to rise up against the invasive settlers. War broke out after 3 Wampanoag were hanged by the English in 1675. A force of united tribes burned villages and killed settlers, but were worn down by the advanced technology of the colonial volunteer militias. Metacomet was killed in a battle in 1676, but the war didn't end until 1678. The Wampanoag people lost all of their land, and the sinister forest became English territory. Local legend holds that Profile Rock shows the final visage of Metacomet. While the rocky structure is likely the result of dynamite blasting in the 1800s, it remained a local curiosity and wound its way into the mysterious legends of the Freetown State Forest. Sadly, the outcropping collapsed only a few months after my visit. Was it the work of Pukwudgies? That remains to be determined.